Melmetal has got to be one of the most underrated cards in Pokemon TCG Pocket. It has a whopping 130 HP, which is nothing to be sneezed at, an ability which reduces all damage by 20, and a move that hits for 120. Is it expensive to set up? Yes and no. And that comes back to the baby card, Meltan. If you get Meltan on the field early and you don't have an immediate threat, in one turn, you're going to amass 2 energy because of its ability, Amass. 1 energy attached to Meltan gives you a 2nd energy on use. Now, if you get Meltan and you're going turn 2, this is extremely powerful. If you're going turn 1, it's a little bit harder to use, but you can still get an Amass off depending on your opponent. But rather than just talk to like a pre-recorded video, I thought, hey, let's do a match right now. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty confident. I've beaten pretty much every meta deck in the game consistently. The only decks that do give this some difficulty are probably Starmie EX if it gets set up really quickly, if they get some extremely good luck. And the only other deck really which gives me any grief at all is a Ninetales deck, again because a low cost, weak to Steelers, weak to fire, and Ninetales can keep doing massive damage from pretty much turn 3. What's up guys, it's me Mochi. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so I can eat. Alright, so this is a pretty ideal start, I would say. We got Meltan off the bat, which is nice. And we're going 2nd, so can't ask for too much more than that. Okay, potentially fighting a Nidoqueen and Nidoking deck. Not a meta deck that I wanted to really fight. I mean, it's not really meta, it's kind of off meta. But at least we can hopefully demonstrate the power of the build in this match. Alright, so this deck basically utilizes Meltan and Melmetal, 2 of each. And then 2 of each of the Pidgey line. Now, why Pidgey? You might be thinking, well, Pidgeot has a very powerful ability called Drive Off. And when you're trying to set up a Meltan or a Melmetal, it can be very, very useful. Not only that, in the late game, it can make the opponent burn a lot of energy. Now, I'm going to be really cheeky and just go for an early red card, just because he's got a pretty stacked hand already. I don't like early red card, but you know, just in this instance, just in case he's got some of the Evos already, we'll reduce the chance of that. And we'll amass our first energy. Alright, so we get 2 energies off the bat. So this is an ideal start. And we already have Melmetal in our hand. I'm down to 3 cards. So hopefully he doesn't go for the red card back. Some players do red card on 3 cards. I typically won't red card unless I've got at least 4 or 5 cards, because it feels pointless. Unless they give me some sort of tell. So at this rate, we're looking pretty good. I can tell that he's going for the Nidoqueen on field with a Nidoking stacked bench. But we're probably going to have to, and this is how it usually goes. Realistically, you only get 1 Amass off with Meltan, and then you kind of got to Evo pretty quickly, because if you don't, you get into trouble. Now, given our ability, which is a reduction of 20 damage, I'm going to go ahead and pop this potion, because it actually makes a big difference. We also get a Pidgeotto early, which is nice. And because we do get Pidgeot with the ability to Drive Off, which is basically a free Sabrina every turn, I'm going to be a pest and flush out his Nidorina from the start. It doesn't really do much, but it forces him to either A, burn an energy on Nidoran, or B, waste an X speed. So we're in a really strong position already. And this just kind of goes to show, if you get a good draw, this can be set up really quickly. And a lot of people will say that they think it takes too long to set up, but how quick has this been? Pretty quickly. This is fine. Pidgeotto comes in. I often use Pidgeotto as a sacrifice, so I don't really mind this at all. If we draw Pidgeot, even better. Okay, he's going to go for some chip damage here. That's fine. Not a big deal. And he's going to need at least 2 turns to set up a Nidoqueen, so again, I'm not really worried at all. We get another Pokeball, which is fine. We either get a Pidgey or a Meltan. Okay, another Pidgey comes out. That's fine. Our hand is very lean. We have literally no cards, but that's fine. It's not a big deal for us. All we really care about is our big boy Meltan. So nothing really to do on this turn, but feed him his last energy. So next turn, we're in a pretty strong position. We're basically just going to be switching him in. So like I said, we're pretty chill right now because he's got no chance of getting Nidoking on field in the next like turn or 2 turns without an Nidorino at least already. And the other thing that you can see here is, well, he's still missing an energy on the Queen. So we're just going to go ahead, We're going to swap out Pidgeotto. Bring the big boy in. I'm not going to bother wasting Geo. There's no point. It doesn't kill anyway. So we're going to heavy impact Nidoqueen. Now, I don't know what Zep is thinking here, but he's going to have a pretty tough time, especially if I draw a Pidgeot. But Pidgeot is where things get interesting, because even if you had a Nidoking on the bench, Pidgeot would enable us to force him to swap in and out. So, I mean, this is irrelevant unless you have a Nidoking. So she's just going to do the standard damage, which is 80 reduced down to 60 with our ability. All right, so I'm just going to start feeding some energy into the non-damaged Pidgeotto. We're going to take care of this Nidoqueen. Sorry. Because I switched to blue stacks, I'm getting a lot of the beginner notifications. When I synced my account to PC, it kind of did something weird, but it thinks I'm a beginner, so I've had to like update everything as I go. I'm not a beginner. I, to this point, have about 117 PvP wins. And my current win rate here with Melmetal is extremely high. All right, so this is pretty much Jova now. Unless we get extremely unlucky somehow. But we have a Pidgeot, it's set up. There's not much point driving off here, because realistically, he's not going to bring the Nidorina with the energy in. But I'm going to be a pest anyway and do it. Just in case, you know, they're not too smart. That's fine. And, you know, this gets rid of any risk of Nidoqueen coming out now. So, we'll just take care of it. I mean, realistically, this guy should probably concede, because if he gets Nidoking out, it's also a 3 energy cost from memory. I haven't actually versed Nidoking too much, or used it very much. But I could be wrong. We'll wait and see what happens here. I mean, if he goes for a Horn Attack, then it's just, yeah, okay. He's just playing the game out for the sake of it. So yeah, easy win. Melmetal is incredibly good. And we just take the W. Extremely good. Extremely underrated. All right, let's do another one, because I really want to try and verse a meta deck. Let's see how we go here. All right, we'll give Zeppy a thanks, obviously. I give everyone a thanks, even if I lose and I'm angry about it. It's just a button. Just press the button. GG's, GG's, GG's. Thanks. All right, let's go on to the next one. Hopefully we verse something a little more meta. I mean, that guy didn't get the best draws, but they weren't the worst. I mean, he still got Nidoqueen early. Just couldn't get the king on the bench. If we got the king on the bench, we would have been in big trouble. I admit that. Going second again, you'd love to see it. Meltown early. Okay, that's a very awkward hand, actually. Now, this is always a hard decision. I don't like stacking my bench early, but it actually works quite well with this deck. But most other decks, I wouldn't do this. I'm going to leave one Pidgey on the bench, though. All right, this is great. This is the exact team I want to verse. This is excellent. However, I will caveat that if we don't draw a Melmetal pretty early, this could get ugly really quickly. If we got a pretty rough starting hand, I would have much preferred just having Meltdown on its own. All right, this is going to get a little bit sweaty, gamers, but let's do our best here. All right, can't really do much, because if Sabrina is going to bring another Pika, it's also too early to Sabrina. Sabrina's just a waste here. We're going to amass. We may need to do some early stalling via sacrifice. So we'll just see what happens here. Never mind. That is actually a massive help for me. I don't know if they know that. That is incredibly based of them. That actually helps me a lot. I don't have to waste the energy retreating. I was always going to retreat this turn. Even better. Please give me a Melmetal. Please give me a Melmetal. Pidgeot, Pokeball, X-Bit. All right. Not a great draw, but hey. Probably a better hand than we had before anyway. Well, ish. Thank you. All right, I'm going to draw the Pokeball just so I can get Pidgey out of the mix here. Hopefully enable us to get better cards with Oak. All right, so we're going to Oak up. We're hoping for that Melmetal. Not to be. Okay. That's fine. I'm just going to burn this. I got no more basics in my deck, but I hate having it in my hand. Oh, I think at this point, it doesn't really matter what we do. I'm just going to keep feeding energy to Meltan. We just need to draw Melmetal. Which is, I guess, like all decks, every deck has a weakness, right? And that's drawing the wrong cards. But the beauty of this deck, and I'll raise this now, and having no EXs, is we can pretty much stall this guy out. Like, we have very few issues. Like, this is such a weird choice. So I'm just going to put Pidgey in. Why would you waste your Sabrina there? Some people just don't know how to play the game. But yeah, we have no EXs, so every Pokemon he kills is worth 1 point. But give us a couple of turns to hope we get a Melmetal. And if we do, this guy's probably in trouble. But we'll see what happens. Alright. Surely. Alright, we're definitely gonna Pidgey on board. I think he's wasted both his Sabrinas already though, so that's fine. Give me Melmetal, please. Thank you. Oh, you shouldn't have. Now, alright. I'm gonna do something which might be frowned upon. Actually, I probably shouldn't. I'm thinking of setting up like Evo in the Meltan on field. But the reason I shouldn't do this is because it's going to give him turns to set up his second Pika, which is bad for me. So what I will actually do here is just X-speed and get Melmetal on field and just destroy him, I guess. It makes the most sense, right? It's just like a pretty straightforward play. Like you see here, easy one shot. And he concedes. He knows. That's it. GG's. This deck hard counters Pika EX. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. It's just that easy. Also, this Pidgeot art slaps. I'm sorry, Magikarp. Right, GG's. Thank you. Hey, look, I just wanted to make this quick video, guys, demonstrating this deck in action. I didn't get to do a video with much of the drive-off action happening. I have a really good recording beating a Koga Arbok coughing deck, but I was listening to music on my way home while I was playing and doing the recording, and unfortunately, I basically ruined the entire thing because all you can hear is music and not any of the in-game music, so I kind of bugged it up. But let's do one more. Let's just do one more here and let's see what happens. So that's 2 quick matches. So these are all back-to-back. Can we get 3 in a row? For the record, I've done about 25 matches with this deck and I've lost about 3. So I have an extremely high win rate with this deck. It's incredibly stuffed. All right, this is good. We're going first this time. So you guys can see a different variation. So I think the play here is typically to start Meltan on the bench because we're going first turn. But I can see he's got a lightning deck just hovering up there. So I think he's probably going to take a few turns to set up if it's Pika. Worst case, it's like a Zapdos on field and it still does not enough damage to do anything to us. So I'm going to start the Meltan. Just try to get the earlier mass, which might be my downfall here, but let's give it a go. Alright, that's a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. If I have to burn a potion, I'll burn a potion. Okay, weird is only got one starting, but sure, okay. Can't do much this turn. Turn 1 sucks. Please let us attach energy turn 1. I don't know why we can't. I don't know why Sabrina's playable Misty's playable turn 1, but we can't attack. Makes no sense. Alright, we're going to take some early damage, which is whatever. Probably going to waste a potion here. Okay, that's fine. Give me another Meltan, please. I mean, I guess I have the choice of setting up this bench Meltan versus going for the double energy on this one, wasting a potion and being a bit down. I think what I will actually do here is just make the one on field my sacrifice. I think realistically, the chances of getting a Melmetal early are not that high anyway, so we'll just play to what we can. We'll just stack the bench and we'll just see what happens. I mean, if he's running Pikachu EX, I'm never too worried. The fact he's got nothing else on field right now is pretty fine. If he does have a Magneton in his hand, he probably won't use it this turn. Just because he knows I can't do anything to him. So if I do get a red card, I'll pop it. Alright, that's very fortuitous. I want to clear his hand just in case there's a Magneton. He's got, 6 cards in his hand right now. So drop it down to 3. I'm going to energy up my Meltan. I'm going to be a little bit of a pest and just... it's a bit of a waste, especially when 20 HP is very valuable on Melmetal, but let's let's pop that. And that's it. Buys us another turn. So I easily could have amassed last turn with this one and been on 40 HP again. But obviously, like, it didn't make a lot of sense. I would love if he just randomly red carded me. That would be so funny. Like, I have 2 cards in my hand. Can you red card me? There's Pika. I will acknowledge, like, obviously, I feel like... I was gonna say, I feel like I got lucky at the start because he didn't have a full deck of... a full play of Mons. But okay, this is getting a little bit sweaty now. I really need to draw that Melmetal. But again, he's given me all these turns to stall and set up, so I'm not too upset. Yeah, that's a pretty unfortunate draw. Alright, we're just going to keep setting up. I can't really do much here. There's no point Sabrina in to bring Pika in. We just got to kind of grin and bear it until we potentially draw something good. Even though Oak's Research would be good if we don't get the... Maybe he's getting all the Oak's Researchers. That's fine. Whatever. I'll go fuck myself. Alright. What are you going to do, buddy? Pika's on. You're going to energy up Pika. You're going to kill Miltank. Clap, clap, clap. I am probably just going to throw Pidgeotto as a sacrifice on field. And then I'm probably going to just Sabrina that Pika off field next turn. Gives me a turn. He'll probably put Magneton back on field potentially. Just to get the free switch out. He didn't go for the kill. I don't understand some people. But, I guess thank you, I suppose. I mean, I'm not going to Sabrina here because I'd really prefer the Pika to be on field. Because if it's not on the field, it's actually a disadvantage to me. So I'm just going to end turn. I'm just going to end the turn. If I had an X speed, I would have taken the kill, obviously, but if he can take a point, man. Dude, this is so stupid. Okay, you do you, buddy. Makes no sense. I'm always going to sacrifice the Pidgeotto here. Like, why would I not? I get a free kill on Pika EX next turn. Like, I'm not really sure what he's doing. Okay. Damn, I lost my Pidgeotto. Whatever will I do? I was just about to evolve it with Pidgeot that I'm going to receive next turn, obviously. Pidgeot. Alright. Now, what I don't want to do is Evo this Meltan, just because that'd be kind of problematic if I have no energies attached. So I'm just going to leave him for now. And, yeah, we're just going to fucking full send on the speaker. 2 points off the rip. No matter what he does, we've won. We need 1 more point now, so... Like, he can't kill me in 1 turn. It's impossible with this deck. Unless he has a Zapdos in the back, but then he'd need all the energies attached to it already. So, yeah, this should be GG's. If he doesn't concede here, it's fine. We'll play it out, but he should probably concede. Like, even if he has another Sabrina, it does nothing for him. I'll kill him the turn after. And there it is. Another demonstration of how powerful this deck is, man. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. It works against everything. Mewtwo EX, Charizard EX. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get to fight anything other than Pikachu EXs and a Nidoqueen deck, but hopefully that was a good demonstration of the power of this deck. I would have loved to afford a Mewtwo or a Starmie deck or something else, but it is what it is. But yeah, this deck should not be slept on. You should definitely try it out. I'll pop a link in the description with the cards for the build for the deck. It's pretty straightforward. 2 of every Pidgeline, 2 of Miltank, 2 of Melmetal, and a bunch of supporting trainers. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like the channel, subscribe for the next one, and hit the notification bell. Bye.